Welcome to Internautify. Emotional labor is often invisible because a lot of it happens out of their sight. Emotional labor is when your friends and you carefully coordinate to make sure that no one who's invited to an event has drama with anyone else at the event. And then everyone comes and has a great time and has no idea how much thought went into it. Emotional labor is when you have to cope again with the disgust you feel at having to clean yourself in a dirty bathroom or cook your food in a dirty kitchen because your housemate didn't think it was important to clean up after their messes. Emotional labor is having to start the 100th conversation with your housemate about how you need the living area to be cleaner. Emotional labor is reminding your housemate the next day that they agreed to clean up their mess but still hasn't. Emotional labor is reassuring them that it's okay, you're not mad, you understand that they've had a very busy, stressful week. Emotional labor is not telling them that you've also had a very busy, stressful week, and their mess made it even worse. Emotional labor is reassuring your friend over and over again that yes, you like them. Yes, you think they're cool. Yes, you truly want to be friends with them. Because they will not do the work of developing their self-esteem and relies on you to bandage those constantly reopening wounds. Emotional labor is letting your friend know that you didn't like what they've done because they never asked you first if you wanted to do that. Emotional labor is reassuring them that no, it's okay, you're not mad, you just wanted them to know the next time. Yes, of course you like them. No, this doesn't mean you're not friends with them, you're just not interested in those types of things. Emotional labor is not being able to rely on them to reassure you that it's not your fault that you didn't like that activity. Because this conversation has turned into you reassuring them again. Emotional labor is when your friend messages you once every few weeks with multiple paragraphs about their life, which you listen to and empathize with. Afterwards, they thank you for being such a good listener. They ask you how your life has been, and you say, well, not bad, but life has been so stressful lately. They say, oh, that sucks. Well, anyways, they better get to bed, but thanks again for listening. Emotional labor is when your friend messages you and, with no warning and barely any greeting, launches into a story involving something because you know about this stuff. Emotional labor is almost all of your friends talking about how the person they're interested in only goes for people who don't care about them. Emotional labor is when your partner decides they don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore, but rather than directly communicating this to you, they start ignoring you, or they start to be mean for weeks until you have to ask them what's going on, just to hear that they guess they're just not into you anymore, and then you have to be the one to suggest breaking up. And for extra points, then you have to comfort them about the breakup. Emotional labor is setting the same boundaries over and over again, and every time they say, I'm sorry, I know you already told me this, I guess I'd just forgotten. Emotional labor is being asked to completely explain and justify your boundaries. I mean, that's totally valid, and I will obviously respect that. I just really want to understand you now. Emotional labor is hiding the symptoms of an illness, pretending your tears are from allergies, laughing too loudly at their jokes, not because you're just in principle unwilling to open up about it, but because you know they can't deal with what's happening and that you'll just end up having to comfort them because your feelings are too much for them to bear. Emotional labor is managing your friends' feelings around how often we should hang out together and consoling their disappointment when they expected to hang out even though you never said you would and then didn't, and explaining why you didn't want to hang out this time, and making sure that we at least talked a little before bed. Even though after all of this, to be quite honest, the last thing you wanted was to talk to anyone. And that's what emotional labor is. I hope that helped. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again later.